Hey guys, isn't it hard to believe it's already April? The old saying that time flies when you're having fun is definitely alive and well. Frankly, before I started this journey, I wouldn't have thought of ever describing it as fun, but you know what? It really has been fun. First, I want to welcome what I suspect are a few, if not many, new viewers to the channel. I'm guessing that some of you tuned into my channel because of the title of today's video. How can a senior lose weight? If you're a first-time viewer, you'll see that I'm taking a different approach to losing weight and dealing with other health concerns. Several years ago, I stumbled upon what is called WFPB, or Whole Foods Plant-Based Eating. In other words, for the most part, doing without meat, dairy products, and eggs. It didn't take much study and research for me to become convinced that this is what I should be doing, because of being obese my entire adult life and having numerous other health problems as a result. Unfortunately, though, becoming convinced intellectually was much easier than actually beginning to eat as I know I should. So a couple of months ago, I decided to start this channel, on February 16th to be exact, with a specific goal to begin eating whole foods plant-based as close to 100% as possible, and putting myself out there with this channel in order to see what health changes it might make in my own life, as well as to convince others to follow and participate in my journey. If you haven't already done so, I urge you to at least take a look at the first video for a greater discussion about my starting point and my motivation to do this. If you watch that video, you'll see I have many health issues at my age of 73, now almost 74, not the least of which are due to a virtual lifetime of being too heavy. I won't go into any detail today, since you obviously have the option to go back and see where I started. So what I'm doing with this channel is producing a new video each Monday, whenever possible, with an update on my progress, specifically my weight changes, but also how my other health issues are being affected, one way or the other. I'll show a full view photo of myself every 4 weeks. I'm doing it this way in order for me to be accountable, and what better way to do that than to be featured on your own TV program, Laugh Out Loud. In order to make it as interesting and inspiring as possible, and make it not just about me, in most weeks I'm also presenting one or two examples from other people who have successfully tried this way of eating. I'm obviously hoping that you'll come along for the ride, but more importantly, I hope you'll actually join me on this journey, subscribing to the channel and making comments, not only about the channel, but about your own successes and struggles with eating whole foods plant-based. Weighing in at 291 pounds when I started, I now weigh 265. So that means I've lost 26 pounds in the 7 weeks since February 16th, yep, which is over 3 pounds a week. The rate of weight loss is definitely slowing down, but as I mentioned in last week's video, I'll be happy if I can average losing just 1 pound a week until reaching the approximate weight where I should be, probably in the 170 pound range. I've also noticed some significant improvement in a couple of other areas, one urologically, and the other having to do with my overall energy level. Once again, if this is your first time watching, I encourage you to watch my previous videos in order for me to not have to go over old ground. If you're one who is new to this terminology referred to as WFPB, or whole food plant-based, in a nutshell, it's preparing and consuming foods that are as close to being in their natural state as possible. One of the early pioneers in advocating this type of diet, Dr. T. Colin Campbell, describes it like this on his website, nutritionstudies.org. A WFPB diet doesn't include any meat, poultry, fish, dairy, or eggs. It's not, however, the same as a vegan diet, which is defined only by what it eliminates. A whole food plant-based diet is defined also by what it emphasizes, a large variety of whole foods. Here's what they say at greencirclekitchen.com. Quote, a whole food plant-based, or WFPB, dietary lifestyle includes a wide variety of whole or minimally processed plant foods. In other words, foods as close to their natural state after growing from the ground, without extensive processing in a factory. Plant foods include vegetables, fruits, whole grains, nuts, and seeds, unquote. If you're new to the channel, another thing I'd recommend is watching the movie Forks Over Knives, which I know is available on Netflix. It features two distinguished doctors, Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, formerly of the Cleveland Clinic, and once again, Dr. T. Colin Campbell, the renowned nutritionist. Basically, the documentary follows the evolution of their findings in regards to obesity and diseases such as cancer and heart disease in relation to where people live in the world and what their cultures dictate what they eat. What they found is that people in cultures who had very little or no red meat or dairy products in their diet also had very little obesity and the kinds of diseases that we tend to suffer from here in the West on our standard American diet, most notably cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. So basically what I'm doing is putting their findings to the test in my own life to see where it takes me, because although thank God I don't presently have diabetes or cancer, I do have congestive heart failure along with a pacemaker defibrillator. And I must say that I'm very encouraged by what I both see and feel happening to my own body in only 7 weeks. In relation to weight loss, I've got to say that this has been the easiest diet, if you want to call it that I've ever been on. I truly don't miss meat, eggs, or dairy products. One reason being that there are so many tasty alternatives out there nowadays. So what I'm hoping is that you'll take the plunge with me, after consulting your doctor, of course, to see if it makes a positive difference in your own life. So since I've rambled on a lot to bring you newbies up to date on what this channel is all about, I think we'll forego the success example this week. But I'll be sure and do that next week, as well as display my 8-week photo. If you like what I'm doing and want to follow along with me, please hit the like and subscribe buttons and the bell icon which pops up so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Be sure to leave a comment below. I welcome both positive and negative comments. So I hope you have a great week, and hopefully I'll see you next Monday with another update. Bye for now.